coming in! Paimon, coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Brr. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Get that out of the way now. Temporarily forgot where the training guide was because I'm smart. What artifacts do you like? You like Derivations of the Deep, by the looks of it. Apprentice's Notes. Yeah, I knew the Black Mirror Lantern would be what you need. That's why I made that. Okay. Okay. Typing something. There we go. You are arguably the easiest, but you're definitely what I want to fight. Because you take the shortest amount of time.
Be silent. Observe.
Still dealing with some audio issues from the Elgato, but that's fine.
Close your eyes. The long sleep beckons. Be silent.
Where? What? Was I juggling you?
Observe. Close your eyes.
Well, that was a murder. I'll have to check those later. Welcome back from the ad. Sorry, I had to do a little early ad roll because I don't know why, but Twitch likes to give y'all like 3 minutes of no ad time, then runs the ads. Like, as much as I hate it from the standpoint of ads in general, it would have been nice if they just like rolled the ads at the beginning. Anyways, welcome to Genshin Impact. We're continuing the story. Jade, did you touch any of the story for Nodcry? Because I've asked you this at least twice now, and you have yet to answer me, damn it. I have not. Oh, so you're gonna be... You're gonna be lurking, okay. I accidentally used my ult because I thought it was jump. Okay, how much of this do I have to repeat? I hope not a lot.
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Okay, so we're back here, not too far in.
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not that
I did pull
dangerous.
Nefer, by the way.
And it would go against the Curatorium's labor policy.
I'm sorry. What did you hear me say? I wasn't talking about labor policy.
Wait. How long have I been standing here?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago.
Boss, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene back inside the office.
Hallucinated? But how?
This is just repeating.
How
I will say I was talking to a friend of mine
place should heed my
who also
will
plays
alone.
Genshin,
All thoughts and actions
and
that occur in here are
they were
just
telling me
built
Durin's gonna be
off
fucking nuts.
the chessboard in a carefully calculated manner.
So I'm probably going to try and pull for Durin, because most of my team seems to be relatively good for it. Use him as a sub
You
DPS.
control everything in here?
More or less. But yes, it's a special technique of mine.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Only once. It was the first time I used the chess set.
Is there any similarity between what happened then and what's happening now?
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent, which was also the case my first time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
I'm going to be honest, I forgot all of this.
You're not feeling lazy right now?
Meaning this is not something Yehoda can help with. The chess set is a personal treasure that I alone understand. I must be the one to find our way out of here.
Boss, it's fine. Really.
And hopefully there won't be any distractions, thankfully.
Oh, listen to
I'm
you.
waiting to see Yehoda get
Never
released.
would I do without you, Yehoda.
What? Really?
Yes, really.
I'm amazed she hasn't been released yet.
Employee as obedient and servile as you. God forbid anything ever happens to you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was thinking of fetching some water. There's gotta be a source around here somewhere. I suggest everyone finds someplace comfortable to take a rest. We gotta conserve our energy. Even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist in a physical sense, mentally speaking, it's all real. And so is our tiredness and fatigue.
I love that she's got like a magnet motif
Dismiss mental
all throughout her
fatigue.
body.
Just because it isn't physical doesn't mean it's any less serious. But anyway, I got your backs. So
She's got a magnet, a little magnet
I have the best employees. Jealous man.
bolo tie thing
If
on her
we find a
chest,
suitable time, I'd love to
and her hat has a
for a day to help out at the Frost Moon.
positive and negative symbol on it.
Be amenable to that, Boss Nefer.
Oh, Lauma. Have I ever told you just how pretty you are? Beauty runs from the tips of your antlers to the depths of your imagination.
They definitely flirt.
Time to rally, everyone. Follow me.
They definitely did in the past.
As we continue our journey, the same rules will apply. That means stay focused and no talking no matter what we encounter. And don't disturb the chess pieces. You have my word that I will get us all out of here.
Okay, but what are the chess pieces?
This place looks familiar. That's not a good sign.
I wasn't expecting visitors at this hour. Wait, is that?
Oh, it's him.
There you are. Sinue's been looking for you all day. I think he has some news for you.
Oh yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Retinue? Hiding away some more loose change? I know I saw some Mora.
What do you mean loose change? Oh, come on, I'm too old for this. Just pretend you saw nothing.
Interesting.
Hey, kid. Mind telling me what Sinuhe's been up to recently? I'm trying to get in his good books and I need a way in.
Get in his good books? Why? What do you want with my dad, Uncle Apepi?
I've written a new
A
song.
Peppy.
I was hoping to showcase it at the next festival, but I'll need his approval.
A new song, huh? I'd love to stay and listen, but unfortunately, Uncle Retinue says my dad's looking for me.
Well, there's plenty of time and I'm not going anywhere. See that pile of stones? I'll be sitting there warming up my vocal cords. Come find me when you're done.
Pile of stones. Got it.
So this does kind of provoke a thought in my mind. So we've already seen Kiddo Skirk, right? And technically speaking, we've seen Baby Benny. I'm curious how often they will show like characters like Nefer or like Diluc or somebody else, another adult that isn't. Wow, I'm now realizing that there are a lot of people who are adults, but also like technically gods. Kinich, like characters like that who are grown adults
Hi, Dad. Uncle Retinue said you were looking for me.
who we get to see in cutscenes their
Just a little sooner.
what they look like as kids.
Of war with me.
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against, Dad?
It was just a figure of speech. The aftermath of a sandstorm.
'Cause, like,
no time to be
From a design standpoint, it interests me what they would think, what they being Hoyo, they would make a like
which means
Kid Nefer
We
like.
have a well again.
that's right. I found a new one and brought back as much water as
I don't feel like Kid Nefer would have as much extravagance on her body like she does in Nodcry.
Blasted sandstorms, our wells wouldn't be caving in, and you wouldn't be spending all your time out searching for new water sources.
As the chief of
So
our
it makes
tribe,
me
I'm supposed to
intrigued.
bring us out of hardship and poverty, onto better things. You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the stories. And look at us now, squeezed into these hovels. No one would choose this, if it wasn't for the endless wars over the years. But things are looking up. I started working with some folks from the academia a few months back. They gave me some contacts in return for my assistance in the desert.
So you're the academia's helper now?
Special ambassador, they call it. Think of it as a partnership. It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert for too long. Seeking opportunities elsewhere is the best thing for us, and the fastest way to progress.
So, do you get anything good out of being a special ambassador?
Of course. My luck's improving all the time. One day, I swear
I'm curious about like if Nefer has experienced the
somewhere better.
mad scholars. I'm wondering because like okay, so first and foremost, like this location here, triangles not jump. This location here is very clearly where the mad scholars get sent. They might be, although Hoyo might be reusing assets for the specific moment in time, but like very clearly you've got this location here, and I'm like I said, I'm wondering if Nefer ever got to experience what a mad scholar was like. like the fact that she's Sumerian and the fact that I beat Sumeru, like opens up so many avenues of curiosity, which is kind of fitting considering she is the Emporium of Curiosity. Dance of Death, Serpent and Scorpion. That's an interesting quest name.
That's our well, and you know it. You stole from us. Well, you've gone from chief to thief, and now you have to face the consequences.
Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it? You're either brave, stupid, or both.
And that special ambassador act? Yeah, nice try. We spoke to the academia. They said it was all news to them.
So he was a scammer.
A liar and a cheat.
I heard Yehuda gasp, but I don't blame her. Most people are terrified by the sight of blood. Corpses strewn across the ground. The wounds are clearly from scimitars and daggers. The desert dwellers'
Yeah, that was straight up a dead child that they just showed there.
There's a handwritten note on the ground. Let's see what it says.
Halil, this is Sinue, chief of the Shimti tribe. Surely you remember me. I was the one who helped you and your colleagues avoid the quicksand in the desert. This is my second time writing to you. I assume my last letter must have gotten lost in the mail, as I didn't receive a reply. I hope this one makes it to you safely. I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day completely blocked up our well, forcing me to look for another water source in Iab and Unut territory. It was a matter of survival. Praise the gods. The well of the Iab tribe was intact. It was my last resort. I drew what water I could and left, but not without being spotted. I fear they will retaliate. You told me to write to you if I ever needed help. You said you'd be my ally in the academia.
Okay, so he was betrayed?
To formally recognize my title of Special Ambassador and send some of your people to assist me for a few days. It's the only way I can convince them that this was the academia's decision and prevent them from retaliating. This is an emergency. Please send help as soon as possible.
Looks like this letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death, and the letter was trampled into the ground. It's badly defaced. Some parts are barely legible. What a ridiculous lie the surviving Shimti tell. Their whole village was butchered over a sip of water.
So that's dark, for one.
Ah, officer, welcome. Welcome to our humble village.
I thought you would at least have the courtesy to provide some respectable libations.
Drop dead.
This is the finest wine our village has to offer. I promise.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical of this entire endeavor. I highly doubt anyone in this desert possesses serious academic potential.
Please, have faith. If not in us, then in our God. The child we found shows great promise. I beg you, take her away from this place. Give her a chance. Don't let her talent go to waste.
I don't recognize her. New arrival?
She showed up here a few days ago and we took her in. She's a really bright kid. Please help. I'm begging you.
So, where are you from?
Nowhere special. Just a sand dune.
What about the rest of your family? How many of you are there?
Just the one.
It's only you?
Correct.
So, no brothers, no sisters, no mother or father?
Any who have slept on a bed of sand, I call my brothers and my sisters. Apart from that, I have no family.
All right.
I'm also
Get over here.
curious.
Sign your name on the form.
I'm also curious if when she says that she means like she disowned what the memory of her family, or if she literally means like no, nobody's alive.
You're rather fair-skinned for a desert dweller.
So rude. That does raise an interesting thought. Like, obviously this was during the time where the academia was just filled to the brim with, like, manipulative, slimy people.
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly, conduct your own additional research, and then write an essay on the topic.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had a couple more questions I wanted to get your perspective on.
Oh? Please ask away.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets, and I couldn't help but notice that my assignment is much easier than theirs. Do you really think I'm a weak student?
A weak student? Goodness, no. Quite the opposite. You have a sharp mind. Almost too sharp.
I think what you're saying is, a weak student wouldn't have noticed the discrepancy. And if they did, they certainly wouldn't complain about the lighter workload.
You see, sharp as they come. You see things the way they are. And I'm sure you know why they're like that.
Because of where I come from. Because I'm different.
I'm sorry, Nefer. I don't like it any more than you do. It's just... Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions. What's the other one?
Literal.
I wanted to check. If someone sent me a letter to the academia, where do I go to collect it?
Ah, your family wrote to you. Well, as long as they put your name on the envelope, someone should hand it right to you.
Not exactly. It's not even a recent letter. I was just curious where the mail would end up if no one collects it.
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a box for unclaimed mail somewhere in there, probably sitting on a shelf. Whatever you're looking for, that'd be the place to start.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Professor.
So we're about to find out that the...
Honestly, I feel like I failed you. I'm supposed to be your teacher, but I haven't taught you anything.
Hey, don't say that. You're a great teacher, and you do your best for all your students. But the rules are the rules. You're not allowed to teach students like me.
Then why have them?
Not just the academia, either. The whole world bends over backwards for the successful, and leaves the losers to suffer and die.
Oh, my dear child. Don't tell me you've given up on life already.
I haven't. I just think that if you want to make it in this world, you have to find a way to become successful.
So I noticed this during the Natlan story. Triangles, not jump. And I'm noticing it with this story too. It's almost like they've mixed in the character stories on top of the main story as well. And obviously they didn't do that for all the characters. Like, they didn't do that with Kanich, Varessa, Shilanin. Like, the main story for Natlan was Malvika, a little bit of Shaska.
This must be it. A big cardboard box full of unclaimed mail. And probably some letters that ended up here by mistake, too. Let's take a look.
So we get Nefer here, who's a part of Nodcry, and Nefa was a part of Nodcry, but her story was part of the interlude.
A dilapidation survey from Port Ormos. Looks like it's from a core of 30 representative. What a strange thought. A bunch of mercs losing sleep over rundown buildings. This one was never even opened. I guess the recipient didn't care what the Core of 30 had to say about anything.
Yeah, no, like, I'm reminded of how, like, frickin' pathetic the original Academia was.
Who was it addressed to? I don't recognize the name, but it must have been a Kasharawar professor.
The headphones are making my head itch, but also hurt at the same time. Next!
This one is addressed to the Immorta Sage. The title is Changes Observed in Satyavada Life Symptoms. Why do all these letters read like full-blown dissertations?
Probably because that's how they communicate.
Guided by the incense, we became lost somewhere in the forest. All the barriers between levels of consciousness disappeared as our minds soared around in circles, looking for a branch to seek refuge on. In clinical terms, these symptoms fit the description of incense poisoning. The Immorta Darshan strictly prohibits the use of hallucinogenic substances, but I believe there are still people getting away with it.
So that hints at the Mad Sages.
For example, my
Mad
neighbor
Scholars.
who always breaks out into song and dance after using incense. This seems like something the Academia would want to know about. Why wasn't it collected? Wait, what's this written on the back? It's so small. The note says, "The sender authored this letter while under the influence of mushrooms. I would send it back, but no return address was provided. Stamped by the Grand Conservator of the House of Dana." This next
There
one
it
is
is.
addressed to Grand Sage Azar. A few words of protest regarding recent changes in Sumeru's educational policy. In recent years, the Academia has taken on a small number of students from the desert region, as per the policy to this effect. However, it appears to me that these students have not, in fact, been provided with educational opportunities that are, in any meaningful sense, equal to those enjoyed by their peers. As well as receiving dumbed-down assignments and perfunctory tutoring, they do not even have full access to the Akasha system. Education is the fundamental purpose of this institution, which should go without saying in a nation whose founding virtues are knowledge and wisdom. I ask you, is the lip service we pay to the policy of education for desert students truly the standard of pedagogy to which the Academia aspires? As Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative, but do not forget your roots. You and I were once students too, as was everyone else in this institution.
That's a very good point. Like, just because you're a teacher now or you're an alumni, you used to be a student. You started somewhere.
I do
Bombs?
hope you will give some serious
Hi, Lucy.
attention to this matter. I encourage you to discuss
Bombs?
issues like this with myself and others, and listen to some alternative opinions.
So we're also seeing a character who experienced the Sumeru BS firsthand, which is a very interesting take on what it needed to be.
Shame it didn't get to where it needed to go. And the sender is... Huh? Sage Cyrus of Spontamod. I didn't realize anyone else even knew how bad students like me have it in this place. So this is where letters from the Sage of Spontamod end up? Nice one, Grand Sage. Really enlightened leadership. Whatever. This isn't what I came here for. Moving on. I'm not exactly holding out hope that a letter sent from the desert would even make it here. But if it did, Where else would it end up if not in this box? I can't believe how much discarded mail there is. Must have been years since someone last went through it all. And this is just one box. The whole house of Dana is boxes on shelves. I don't believe for 1 second that any human being has sat down and read through all the documents in this place. Who has that much free time on their hands? Wait, could this be it?
Least fancy envelope in the box, written in crude quality paper. And of course it would be right at the bottom of the pile. Clearly no one gave this letter so much as a first glance, let alone a second. The handwriting in the envelope looks very familiar.
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. I was the one who came to you and your colleague's aid when you ran into trouble in the Great Red Sands.
And she has the Akasha in her ear too. That's a nice little touch.
I don't know how well you remember it now, but I brought you to safety and gave you some water and other supplies. You seemed very pleased and told me your name. In my tribe, learning a person's true name is serious business, and I therefore see you all as friends. You were kind enough to leave your contact details, so we could stay in touch.
This also raises, like, I'm seeing a lot of things being raised here. Like, a lot of points and interesting factors. Like, this intrigues me because, like, obviously different cultures in the same nation are gonna clash and, like, they're gonna mix, they're gonna mingle and shit, stuff like that. And what's interesting about this to me is that what seems simple and, like, not even courtesy, but just, like, basic behavior, i.e. telling somebody your name, is viewed by the academia as basic, whereas the people of the desert are just like, you told me your name, we're now blood brothers. I mean, that's an over-exaggeration, but you know what I mean.
The Shimti tribe lives a harsh nomadic existence in the desert. You were sympathetic towards my plight, promising to make me a special ambassador of the academia and help us find a way to make a better living.
So what did they want in return?
This brings me to my reason for writing. Our tribe has fallen on particularly hard times, and I would like to ask for your assistance. There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked up the well in our land. To ensure my people's survival, I had no choice but to venture into Eob and Unut territory in search of an alternate water source. The Eob and Unut are descended from the Thamudians, while we trace our ancestry to Tulatala. We worship the Lord of Flowers and have had relatively good relations with our fellow tribes up until now. I found a well belonging to the Eob tribe. They declined to help us, but I really had no other option. So I took some water to keep me and my tribe alive. My actions are certain to incur their wrath. When we met, you assured me that you would be my ally in the academia. I would like to take you up on that offer, because I really need your help. I wonder if you could send an academia representative to meet with me. That aside, the last
I'll be
time
honest.
you were here, you mentioned that the academia had started accepting students from the desert, and I told you a little about my daughter, Nefer.
I think I absolutely hate the academia people more than the Fatui.
Consider enrolling my daughter at the academia. She is a smart girl. I know she won't disappoint you.
I do like how the sound went from, like, a little bit echoey to what it, like, at the end, very clear.
From the outset, the academia never took you seriously. Those things they promised were just empty words. I doubt they even remember the name Sinuhe. And you were so emphatic that your luck had finally changed for the better. You swore you'd lead us to a better place one day. You spoke with such conviction, Like you were the most powerful chief in the whole desert. You liar. You lied about everything. You promised the world and delivered on none of it.
I'm operating under the assumption that right now she's somewhat older teen, young adult. So her emotions are a little bit more all over the place. But this amazes me that she wasn't the one trying to break apart the academia.
And who fell for it? Just me, by the looks of it. Despite your best efforts. Which makes you a pathetic liar. You weren't even any good at it. I think I'll take over from here. Let me show you how it's done.
I'm curious how this goes. Like, will she, like, take down part of the academy? Or academia? Or will she just, like, kind of move on and do her own thing that we see her doing?
I just came to say goodbye. Thanks for everything you've done for me in my time here.
Nefer? You packed your bags. Where are you going?
I'm quitting. Something's come up in my hometown. Gonna head back and deal with it.
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity for you. You know that better than I do.
Not really. But then again, she's probably born in main Sumeru, so she wouldn't know.
It was. But it doesn't matter. I have more important things to deal with, and they can't wait. Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left some incense on your desk. What's wrong? I thought you liked incense. Although, I did read somewhere in the House of Dana that it has hallucinogenic effects. Don't use it all at once, alright?
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown? You're just letting me have it? But you said it's a rare and valuable commodity.
Yeah, about that. I lied. It's not rare at all. There's this bunch of ruins near my hometown that are practically overgrown with this plant. It's not worth much. Keep it. It's fine.
But Nefer...
Alright, that's all from me. You take care.
Don't forget me, okay? I mean, we're more than just classmates, right? We're friends.
Yeah, I'll remember you. I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune, and it's a rare find even in those ruins. And as for remembering her, I have far too much to do when I get back. No time to reminisce.
So what was the point? I guess to make her waste it so that she doesn't, like, get money off of it?
I'll be lucky if I even make it through this alive. But either way, I expect I'll forget you pretty quickly.
I kind of figured Nefer wasn't a, like, clean person. Like, she operates a legitimate business now, but I'm willing to bet she got her hands dirty a lot. I'm just so... Where is this leading, is my question. Was any of this hinted at beforehand?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador, I assume there's a big business deal to be made. If not, I'd be very disappointed.
Maybe.
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. Not all special ambassadors share my admiration for the Eab people. The ever-shifting balance of power in the desert reduced the once great civilizations of this region to rubble and sand. But the story of the Eab has a very different trajectory. Others grew weak, but you grew strong, beginning in obscurity and moving to prosperity. You're the only ones who defied the trend.
Huh. So, you do know who you're dealing with?
Do you guys believe your own hype that much?
This well is the perfect symbol of your strength, is it not? It used to belong to the Unut, but it looks like you have control over it now.
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to flatter us.
Of course not. I came to bring you some very good news. Some information that recently came to light, which might just be your ticket to freedom.
Question is, how many years before the events of our Sumeru chapter did this happen?
Records uncovered by the Vahumana Darshan show that a certain well currently under Eab control is built on top of some ancient ruins. These ruins are of great archaeological interest to the Academia. I checked the map carefully on my way over here, and I'm confident that this is the well in question. The Academia is offering 50 million mora in return for excavation rights.
50 million? No, wait. If these ruins are as important as you say, 50 million's a little low, don't you think?
Greedy.
Don't get greedy, Eab. We know far more than you think. We know that you seized this well by force. Wasn't that the first step in your rise to power? To drive away the Unut and steal their water supply?
So what if it was?
Poor decisions are being made.
Don't worry. As unscrupulous as it was, it's something we're willing to overlook. The Academia is only interested in dealing with the de facto power holders in the region. I hope I am making myself clear.
And I hope your words are the truth. If I find out the Academia is trying to play me, I'll hunt down every one of your people and make you watch as I cut their heads off one by one.
I assure you, Chief, that would not be in your long-term interests. You don't want to make an enemy of the Academia. You see how I'm dressed, don't you? I appreciate that you've never been to the rainforest, but surely even you recognize an ambassador's attire when you see it. And what does a barbarian like you have to lose anyway? You really think the Sumeru Academia would bother to come all this way just to lie to you? We have more important things to worry about.
All right, I take your point. The Academia is the highest authority in the land. I'm sure you're trustworthy people. In that case, we have a deal. We will sell you the excavation rights. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador. This is good news indeed. Excellent news. In fact, it calls for a celebration. Would you do us the honor of staying a while and enjoying some Eab hospitality?
No,
Gladly.
I don't want to.
I am partial to wine myself, and I trust you are as well. So let's indulge in a few drinks together. in celebration of this momentous occasion.
Chief! Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've taken the well.
What? Well, don't just stand there. Take it back.
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the EAB's military superiority, and yet...
Well, what is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly fast. The day after we reach a deal, they seize the well. This can't be a coincidence. Perhaps there is a traitor in your midst.
I don't think so.
I am obliged to remind you, Chief, that the Academia will only deal with the de facto power holders. If you cannot regain control over the well, I'm afraid you won't see a single mora of that 50 million.
No! Please, Ambassador, just give me some time.
Oh, how the turns table.
That well is ours, and so is the Mora.
Glad to hear it. I will wait here for an update.
If there is a traitor, I will find them. In the meantime, make yourself at home. I'll report back as soon as I have an update.
Mora makes you an idiot, sir.
Wow. All it took was a few words and I've got him wrapped around my finger. What an amazing feeling.
So, in summary, Ambassador, the Academia would rather negotiate with our tribe instead of the EAB, yes?
The EAB are ruthless murderers who don't listen to reason. And now they have the gall to interfere in our research projects in the desert region. So
She's a really good liar.
If you were the Academia, what would you do?
Kill them all, of course.
Precisely. The Academia does not tolerate those who stand in our way. The EAB have held back our academic pursuits for too long, and our patience is wearing thin. At the same time, there is simply no way that the Academia can be seen to be intervening in desert affairs. I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from.
We have our own rules out here. If the rainforest dwellers raised arms against a desert tribe, it'd start a bloody war.
Right. We can't confront them ourselves, but we can support their enemies. The Unut have always had strained relations with the EAB, which makes you our natural allies. Natural allies. Weren't the EAB your allies once? You were quick to send them after us to protect your interests back when we stole that water. And now look at you. You're at each other's throats.
I think they just wanted conflict.
Let me be clear. The Academia
I'm gonna be honest. I think they just wanted to fight.
Recognized rulers of the desert in this matter. We are asking for excavation rights to that well, and our offer is 50 million mora.
Say no more. I believe we have an understanding.
Good. Then I suggest you get to work. Get us access to that well, and the mora's yours. You see, Dad? Lying is easy when you know how. People will believe anything.
Is she just spiting her dead father? But like, I genuinely think the two tribes just really wanted to fight each other. There's no real reason behind it. Whoa. What was that? That might have been my little shoulder dude zipping past me. Or zipping to catch up.
Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage monsters, but your butchered bodies bleed like any others. You're no different. You're nothing special at all. The monsters who destroyed my home, they're just ordinary, petty human beings. What A joke. I think we're even now.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Voice acting's phenomenal for one. It doesn't match the tone for some reason. I feel like they were going for... I think it's the animation that doesn't help it. Like, it felt too calm.
Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. It's a better place without all these people around.
But in, like,
Oh,
what? A couple of
sorry.
nights?
My gullible fool of a father.
She basically, like, wiped
Perhaps
out
if
2
you'd been
tribes.
as ruthless as I was today, our tribe's people would still be alive. In this dog-eat-dog world, a chief needs to be tough to survive. But you couldn't do what had to be done. So I did it for you.
Nefer, it's okay. All of this is in the past now.
I believe I remember you promising to remain silent.
Yeah, but even so...
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Alright, time for a sharp turn onto a completely different topic. So, anyway, that's enough of that. When are we getting out of this place? Feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired. Oh, Alma, you tired?
Yes. If we can find somewhere to sit down, I could certainly do with a rest.
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead. Yes.
Really? A temple? That's where this story ends?
It's where she got the box.
I guess that's how things go in the desert.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone says. I never wanted to believe it, but looking back now, I'm as desert as they come.
You mentioned a temple. What's waiting for us there?
My biggest trade secret of all.
Ah. Then I'm guessing it's where you got your power from. The power to peer into other people's minds.
I didn't know you were clued up on any other religions.
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru, but since you come from the desert, I would imagine it has something to do with King Deshret.
Sounds impressive.
Oh, I know who you mean. General Mahamatra Sino. The spirit of Hermanubis dwells within him.
That's Boss Neff for ya. She knows everything.
Sino's hardly a figure of obscurity, but I know about Sethos too.
I've not done anything about Sethos.
Is he a big deal or something?
I have pulled Seth. I know nothing about Sethos.
He's not a small deal, let's put it that way. Please, this is the bare bone basics. Save the flattery.
Yo,
Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sure it's been a lot to take in. With any luck, that's our exit just up ahead.
This has been an hour of all of this. Granted, some of it was like rerun, kind of. Although, to be honest, I am glad that it was a bit of a rerun because of the last stream kind of getting a bit awkward in my opinion, but also at the same time, like, I kind of got distracted, to be honest, because I really wanted to focus more on the story. And I'm glad I got a second chance to focus on the story, because I really am liking Nockrai's story so far.
Uh-oh. 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 I'm totally out of my depth here. I don't have anything to add about any of this stuff. Like, look at that statue, for instance. I want to do the whole name-dropping, this girl knows her stuff thing too, but I've never seen anything like it before.
You don't have to do it all the time.
You with the head of a bird.
That's Thoth, the Ibis King. One of the 7 pillars of King Death.
Thoth?
The legends say
The god of knowledge?
the Crocodile King and the Goat King were the 3 retainers of King Deshret.
Sorry, I may have been obsessed with Egypt as a kid. Ooh, animation. Kitty cat.
It's just Ashru.
So, all is well?
I don't trust this.
Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear.
You're sure?
Of course. It's almost over.
Lies.
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
Whoa. Ooh, Dory's little item. I didn't even notice she was wearing it, to be honest. Okay, what just happened?
How repulsive.
So there's Columbina. Oh, it's Dainsleif!
Timed that pretty well, didn't I? It's okay. I'm just glad no one was hurt.
Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainsleif. Were you helping get them out?
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your safety.
Good to know your sense of justice is still intact after all these years.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as a great relief.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to trap Rerir inside the chess set.
Oh, fun.
Whoa, really? How'd you manage that?
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple. By using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past, well, the monster formerly known as Rerir, it seems I alerted him. I was tracking him, then he caught on and started tracking me too. Can't say I'm surprised.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone? That shouldn't be possible.
I am pretty sure they operate on
Rerir
a...
was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at finding a trail and hunting down his pursuers.
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we weren't able to leave at first.
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item. Would I be right in thinking you have some connection to King Deshret?
Ooh, lore.
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Eab massacred my tribe, the Shimti, in our home village. A few years later, I enrolled in the academia, where some new information came to light. The Unut and the Eab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million Mora. The Eab ultimately won that confrontation, but their victory came at the cost of almost every warrior in the tribe. The final blow to the Eab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. The remaining Eab fled and have been scattered to the winds ever since.
Fun.
Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. There it was, seemingly immune to the relentless hostility of the desert, while my tribal home lay in ruins. As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, was home to the spirit of the Ibis King. He led me to a gate deep inside the temple, and there he made a deal with me.
She's a warlock.
This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as the one in the mausoleum of King Deshret, and represents his power of piercing analysis. With this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude that the Ibis King simply wanted to give the people of this world the power to seek the truth, but I don't believe that's the full story. Every god plays favorites. Their hearts are as fickle as any human's.
She
Full of
gets it. I love it.
secrets, perversions, egotistical tendencies. But precious few gods are willing to admit this.
She gets this. I love it.
The same with all powerful forces, including fate itself. Their gaze falls preferentially upon a select few. As you rightly point out, this is an act of favoritism.
If you're alluding to the Abyss, then yes, I agree. Gather the others. It's time to share everything I've learned. Thank you all for being here.
Cute little kitty cat.
As promised, I did some further investigating into the Raker of Solnari's background. I am pleased to report that the investigation has been most fruitful indeed. The Raker of Solnari, real name Rerir, was once a Conrian subject who served the Vinster King. I will now share the important details of his story. Please save any questions or comments for the end.
We all sit in silence for this part. Oh, Thelindis had a piece of the moon? Oh, the Crimson Moon, duh. Oh, so that's how the knave got... Huh. Neat.
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. But it does not excuse his many transgressions. No matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains that he is what we know today as the Wild Hunt. wreaking havoc upon innocent lives in Notcry. He becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Teyvat suffers the consequences. This is a threat that the Knights of Favonius cannot ignore.
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen the spatial gateway that appeared in Rerear's memory?
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate, and this seems to fit the description.
Interesting.
Any thoughts on this?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many secrets. Some sources speak of ancient knowledge, others of a gateway to the unknown. The term Moon Gate is one I have heard before, but as is the case with all of our legends, there are no records of any first-hand witnesses. We cannot know whether it truly exists.
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself, do you have some idea of where the Moon Gate leads to?
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering well. I can sense that the gate would open at my command,
But there's more to the power of the Frost Moon than that?
yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. But as Nefer mentioned, holding open a spatial gateway takes a huge amount of power.
Oh, so he's going to try and use Columbina to open
I
it.
need to conserve my energy to fight the Rahier of Solnari. I'm afraid this is one mystery we may have to leave unsolved for now.
I agree. Better to save your strength.
Can you imagine Genshin traveling to other dimensions? Holy
I
crap!
have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rerear made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that the Rahier of Solnari exists in the form of countless fragments. With the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds. And yet, the wild hunt proliferates wherever his scattered fragments lie, drawing hordes of monsters to many different locations across the land.
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force? Hence, why the Wild Hunt is a distributed phenomenon, rather than a unified one?
Yeah, but didn't he put himself back together?
Explains why the Wild Hunt is so pervasive, and why he's been trying to piece himself back together. He was whole to begin with, and he wants to be whole again.
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But the Abyss, much like a curse, has kept him alive.
I could not agree more. The power of the Abyss is most surely a curse.
I'm learning so much.
A compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question is primitive or advanced, if a curse has extended its lifespan unnaturally, it will continue to survive in spite of everything. This raises some interesting questions. I will run some experiments and see if there is any validity to my suspicions. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss Nefer for conducting such a thorough investigation. Already, it has greatly enriched my understanding of the entity we face.
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo. I too hope that the information I have shared today proves useful as we look to formulate the next stage of our plan.
Hey! What is it, Dainsleif? You look really upset!
It's just... when I think of the man I once knew as Rerir, I struggle to understand why things had to turn out like this.
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but my heart goes out to you.
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are. The moon and stars are full of untold secrets and lies, and the skies are host to many more mysteries than these alone. Yet, none of that can begin to compare with the complexity of human life.
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time. thank you both.
Well, I think this is a good place to end today's meeting. I'm sure Nefer needs some time to recover. She's been through an awful lot today.
Okay, but should we really keep the box where it is?
Thoughtful of you, Loma.
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and digest before we reconvene to nail down a plan. Hey, is this a bad time? Hope I didn't kill the conversation. No need. Come on, let's talk outside.
I like the way he's designed, and I hope we actually get to play as him. Also, this is not outside.
Anyway, Nefer went
More
back
bumps.
to the Curatorium to get some rest. But before she left, she shared some things with me that I thought you should be aware of. Firstly, although she managed to trap the Raker of Solnari inside her chest set, there's no guarantee that the power of the Ibis King is any match for one of the 5 sinners. Their powers are beyond our comprehension. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out. We have to come up with a plan and take care of him before that happens.
Honestly, I about figured that might be the case. So, how long have we got?
Well, I asked her that same question. She talked for a long time, but for the most part, it seemed like she was trying to convince me how precious her chess set is. What a long and storied history it has. It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over Mora against your will? Anyway, after all that, she finally answered the question. 2 days, at most.
2 days? Holy moly! Can we even recruit enough help in that time?
Can he even get here in that time?
Seen. Which brings me to the second issue. Dainsleif is obviously conflicted about this whole thing. But given how little time we have, there's no way we can pull this off without his help. You have some history with him, right? Do you think maybe you could talk to him for us? Great. I appreciate it. Alright, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I put our heads together and came up with a plan. Can't promise it's gonna work yet, but at least it's a start. We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first. We'll explore it further once everyone's recovered.
Oh, I'm dying to hear this.
Alright, so, here's what we're thinking.
Oh, so the player doesn't get to know the plan. But nothing can phase the greatest traveler and truest travel guide into that. It doesn't take you long to get behind it. This is literally Paimon narrating, isn't it?
I felt a little uneasy about roping you into this. I mean, firstly, you're not locals, and secondly, none of us are your boss. You're well within your rights to refuse if you so choose.
Roping us in? Why would you even say that? We know the stakes here. It's all of us against the Rayher of Solnari, or none of us stand a chance.
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know. I like to think there's an art to striking a down-to-earth tone even when the stakes are through the roof.
Sir Varka, I have a few thoughts about this plan.
I'm all ears.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated. In my view, the most sensible lineup would be like this.
This feels a little bit clunky.
I see your point, yeah.
I know they're trying to, like, not spoil it for us.
You'd better make sure you're ready. To be clear, I don't doubt your abilities. Far from it. I just want to make sure. Are you really willing to take all this on?
I want to do everything within my power. The Rayher of Solnari is a truly fearsome opponent, and if I do my part, it'll greatly reduce the risk for everyone else involved.
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her letters that you're so diligent it's almost abnormal. As in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations like this. But you seem to just march towards danger without a moment's hesitation.
It does.
Of course, everyone appreciates a fearless pioneer. But all that aside, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, and you're our honorary knight. I want to make sure your courage doesn't come at the expense of your safety.
Thank you, Sir Varka.
Well, I should be the one thanking you. It means a lot to have you on board. I'll give some serious thought to your suggestions.
Vulfhart gives a very knightly bound and says he'll see you in the hotel again later. He has arranged for everyone to meet and finalize plans of action in an effort to lighten the mood. And he looked at the hotel. He booked the hotel for this meeting so you could all chat over a drink. So many lives are at stake, you may never meet most of them again, but whether they know it or not, all of them are counting on you. Yeah, the pressure's on. No pressure, right? Where am I going? I'm going this way.
Wait.
I'm getting raided by Binks? What in hell's Half-Acre?
How can we be sure that our enemy won't leave the desert?
This is a new surprise. Hello, everybody. Hello, raiders. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Since you are... I don't think... Binks, have you raided me before? Jade, has Binks raided me before? Genshin. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this all by saying right now, spoilers for Nodcry. If you have not played Nodcry's story, I'm sorry. Well, thank you for the first raid ever, Binks. But anyways, this is I'm doing the Nodcry story. If you haven't done the Nodcry story and you want to avoid spoilers, I will understand if you want to just like either lurk in the chat and like mute the video or stuff like that. If you want to stick around and watch it, that's also very fine. What act am I on? I think 4. I know for a fact Jade hasn't played this part of the story yet. But I'm pretty sure I'm on 4. Also, for all of you new raiders who are in, my name is Kazm Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me. I am a variety streamer. I usually do Genshins on Fridays, but because this Friday was Halloween, I decided to do something very spooky and play as a duck. So Genshin's on Saturday this week. Next week it will be back on Friday. I also do some collabs with other streamers. We'll play games that are simple and silly, like Repo, because I play that with Jester and Lucy. I have a friend named Fluff who I play games like Vintage Story with, Grounded, basically base survival games. Base building survival games. And I'll sometimes do some solo stuff like Hollow Knight, Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, that kind of stuff. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, I would appreciate a follow, but you don't have to. It's not entirely necessary. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of the stream if you stick around. And thank you once again, Binks. Wait a minute. A shout-out was given to Binks. Okay. I was very worried that the shout-out was not given to Binks. But anyways, I'm going to continue the story now, so if you have not gotten to Act 4 of Nodcry's story, and you don't want spoiled, I understand if you don't want to watch it. But once again, thank you. I do deeply appreciate it.
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rarer and the Wild Hunt's behavior.
Rarer.
His conclusions are as follows. Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rarer has never displayed any ability to manipulate the dimension of space. So it's unlikely he has any power in that domain. Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation, he'll choose to fight every time. Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred, both for the moon and for his enemies. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission. He'll be baying for blood, not looking to escape.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem like valid observations.
Also, Binks, how was your stream, by the way? I know you were doing some art and listening to music, which sounded really fun, and I did tune in for a little bit. I need to get in the habit of asking how the stream was before I continue on with mine. I don't get rated often, in case you can't tell.
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone.
Oh, and also, if you need a raid to run, I also understand.
Albedo and Durin are carrying out their part as we speak.
Art and Genshin. Oh, you did some Genshin too? How was your Genshin? Have you pulled for Nefer? I pulled for Nefer just because Egyptian goth. Kinda hot.
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay, any firepower you need, I got you covered. Let's light this baby up.
This child scares me.
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you.
I pulled for Farina originally. That's fair.
And the rest of you?
If Farina wasn't always being put with another character that I desperately want, because every time Farina's come out, No, that's a lie.
Anyone who wants to back out, now's your chance.
So, Farina came out at one point in a banner with Sheilanin, and I didn't try hard enough to pull her. I think it was Sheila. But I didn't try hard enough to pull her. So I didn't get her. But other than that, every time Farina's come out, it's always been with a character I desperately wanted, so I always pick that character over Farina. And I'm spending my spares on the banner mostly for pity building. So if I get her, cool. If I don't, I'll get her next banner. I'm hoping I pull Durin next banner, and I really want Columbina on the when her banner comes out. Because I desperately need a really good Hydro character. I have Mona, which isn't bad, but like...
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because their mouth said yes before their brain had time to think things through.
Like, I have Mona. She's a good Hydro. But I think that's it, aside from Barbara and Xingque.
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of Favonius.
I know I have other Hydros. But honestly, Hydro is arguably my weakest element out of the rest of them. No, Dendra's my weakest. Dendra's definitely my weakest. Hydro's the second.
We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
Cryo's no longer weak because I pulled Skirk, and Skirk is a nightmare. I also have Effie to help.
If everyone does their part. Flint and I
Pyro, I have Arlecchino. And Diluc, actually, now that I think about it. Electro, I have Varessa, Flynn's. Flynn's my boy.
We shall indeed. You'll be glad you accepted our help.
And Ameno, I technically have Jean. But I haven't built Ameno for anything.
Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
I just now realized Dory's here. What are you doing?
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Sangama Bay.
So, the longer your name, the higher your net worth. Is that the idea here?
In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually only here as a favor for someone else. Do you have any idea how much it would cost to hire me otherwise? Oh, does this mean someone out there actually has the power to boss Dory around?
It's Nefer. Nefer has the power to boss Dory around.
It most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours.
Crap, who was it? Gold. Rhine-daughter.
Said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business in Notcry is gonna go down the drain.
Okay. So what exactly is so special about this pendant?
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. We have a business relationship, and she was worried.
How are you liking Notcry so far, Binks? I'm adoring it.
She wanted me to have something that can store power to protect
I love the theming.
I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all up at once. Never lost so big in my life.
Poor Tori.
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to drain all the Kuvaki in the pendant, but I'll make it up to you.
You will? Well, in that case, how about you give me your chess set, and we call it even.
That is not equivalent exchange.
I knew you'd say that. Well, it's yours if you want it. In fact, take it now, and I'll even throw in a free Raker of Solnari. Deal?
You're putting me in a difficult position here.
It's a very useful thing to have around, but I have a funny feeling it won't be around much longer. I guess we'll see in a couple of days.
Looks like bankruptcy for me.
I hope it doesn't get destroyed. I think she really likes the chess set.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might find a new business opportunity on the other side.
Flynn's my boy. I really do like Flynn's. He's a really fun character to play.
Dory, how are things going? Feeling ready? Oh, I was born ready. We only have 2 days. You think Lord Sangamabe would let an opportunity like this slip by?
So chances are we're going to go through talking with everybody, and then that'll be the end of this portion of it. And then we have Act 5 and maybe Act 6 to go through. It seems like there's going to be 2 acts per not expansion, but like 2 acts per part.
Don't forget, when something's in high demand, the people with the goods on hand get to charge the highest price of all. Even higher than the sellers taking advantage.
I would be surprised if it was 3 acts for the next part. I'd be even more surprised if it was only 1, if I'm being honest. Unless that 1 is abhorrently massive. That's pretty. I like that.
Did you make it? No, I have a supplier. We go way back, so he made me a very attractive offer. Aha! No wonder you were talking about lucky charms at the meeting. You've been getting Kaveh to make them for you.
Oh, do I have Kaveh?
That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a project between me and the Dendro Archon.
Oh, fun.
Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever. There may come a day when everyone faces a great crisis.
That terrifies me.
I passed this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team made up of Sumeru's top scholars to invent a technology that could keep people safe. I won't go into the details because it's all very complicated, but if you want to know more, you can ask the Dendro Archon about it sometime. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kaveh to build this little contraption. As one of the top Kashara War talents, he was the obvious choice. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen designs before producing a final product. But that's Kaveh for you.
Dory's growing on me. I'm gonna be honest. Dory's starting to grow on me.
Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kaveh. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? What's your proposed use case? Has it been approved by the relevant authorities?
Why? I love that that's part of the criteria.
So nosy. My fault for sending him the research permit to begin with.
Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business.
Could be, could be. Anyway, I just replied,
Let's hope there never has to be a use case, because it would involve grave danger.
Fair enough. But it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible as the one who made it.
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His housemate doesn't seem to really care that much about this kind of stuff.
Who's his housemate?
Either way, all's well that ends well. I'm just glad to finally have my hands on the product. I wouldn't want to be without it, given the potential dangers.
I haven't done all the character stories, so I don't know who his housemate is, so I'm probably gonna have to ask Jade about that.
Huh? What does that look mean?
Paimon's just super surprised. This must be the first time we've ever seen you actually get serious about something.
Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised that I was gonna live every day of my life with a big beaming smile. Obviously, Mora plays a big part in that. But there are always gonna be times in life when you have to give something back. That could mean paying back a debt, returning a favor, or showing some kindness. Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. She was the first investor I ever had. And I want my investors to know that Lord Sangamabe is the best in the business.
The fact that Alice has had such a freaking long-standing effect in the world of Genshin, and I know very little about Alice. I'm a be dead ass. I know very little about Alice. But she has been, I think, mentioned... Has she been mentioned in some way, shape, or form in every Archon quest? I feel like she has.
And more than that, no one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and all of Sumeru is prepared to face whatever comes. Oh, that? I was just making sure Nefer and I are square. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so don't treat me like something I'm not.
Oh my goodness, she's self-aware. I love her even more.
My priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my conscience lets me, but it usually does. That's the Lord Sangamabe business model.
Alright, if you say so.
I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a businesswoman. Don't go trying to figure out what kind of person I am. You'll exhaust yourself. Much easier for everyone involved if you just take my word for it. Oh, and could you two help me get this stuff where it needs to be? Thanks so much. You're my favorite assistants.
I have to do so many story quests. Wait, what? I'm not done. Oh, wait. This is just how they're showing me where I am. That actively scared me. I'm gonna be honest, the moon coming to me scared me.
Traveler, Paimon, it's good to see you.
Everything going smoothly over here?
Sort of. As you're probably aware, Varka, Diren, and I captured some abyssal creatures from the Wild Hunt. Per the plan, we dissected and analyzed some samples of these creatures. The process went very smoothly. The findings, however, come with some troubling implications.
What? You can actually dissect the Wild Hunt?
That honestly does not surprise me.
That depends on your definition of Wild Hunt and dissection.
Harmless, lifeless. These words are accurate descriptions.
The Wild Hunt is an interesting phenomenon. In and of itself, it doesn't seem to possess anything akin to a human personality. But taken as a collective, the medium through which the Wild Hunt is summoned does appear to have a soul. Master griped a lot about the wise Horoptatyr, and seemed somewhat fascinated with the foul Certology. But she barely mentioned Rerir at all. I don't think that was because of his lower social standing, though. Anyway, it's a pity. I should like to hear her thoughts on the nature of the life form he has become today. It's a strange mix. The furious energy of an abyssal being channeled through a fractured physical existence. A consequence of being torn apart by an unknown power. Perhaps the only explanation for his survival in this state is that he sacrificed a degree of individuality in exchange for a continued existence. Oh, sorry. Once I get talking about interesting research, I have a tendency to go on indefinitely. Back to our
Mood.
findings.
I relate to Albedo a good bit.
My hypothesis. Rerir's corpse is completely contaminated by the abyss, and the effects are irreversible. You could think of this as Rerir in mutated form, but in my view, even that would be inaccurate. In reality, his whole being has been consumed by the abyss. In other words, he is now nothing more than a manifestation of abyssal power.
Okay, was that the same for Certology and Heruptatir? I don't know about Rhine-Daughter.
Unfortunately, at present, we have no means of completely eradicating abyssal power. Hence, we cannot fundamentally destroy the Reihir of Solnari either.
Oh, that's terrible news! So, that's it? We can't defeat him? Not even if we get the power of the Three Moons?
Miss Columbina's situation is a difficult one. She can never achieve wholeness when the world does not accept her presence. It's as if her creator banished her to a place she can never be accepted. It means she spends most of her energy just on her own survival.
Given the circumstances, it's only natural to despair. But we must see this plan through to the end.
I like that they made Durin somewhat of a researcher as well as Albedo, but it feels like he's in a different sense.
Time to kick off the backup plan.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! This is for you. Dory asked us to bring it.
Ah, how wonderful. Well, thank you for making the trip. Durin and I will be heading off shortly.
I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you in person this time. Please be careful.
All right then. Stay safe.
Now we're moving over to where Lauma is. Columbina. Oop.